Gunmen killed 12 in Sokoto village set for Ablaze. Condemnation across board over plateau killings as Vice President visits. After long medical battle, Governor Akeredolu of Ondo State dies at 67. Away from Nigeria, Congo police fire tear gas at banned election protest. These are the headlines on Trust TV News Update at this hour. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thanks for joining. Beginning with security matters, gunmen suspected to be terrorists have killed no fewer than 12 persons in an attack on Kuria village in Raba local government area of Sokoto state. A resident in the affected community told journalists in Sokoto that the incident happened on Sunday night following the invasion of the village by suspected terrorists who came with sophisticated weapons and shooting sporadically. The source said that the terrorists set 4 victims ablaze, abducted 3 women, and also rustled an unspecified number of livestock. Meanwhile, troops of the Joint Task Force Northwest Operation Hadarin Daji were said to have responded to a distress call from members of the community, mobilized and confronted the terrorists, neutralizing some of them in the process. When contacted, a spokesman for the Sokoto State Police Command, ASP Ahmed Rufai, confirmed the attack but said that the command will issue a formal statement after compiling details of the attack. He said that the update the police had was that the 7 persons were killed and several others sustained different degrees of injuries. Now, the scourge of abduction continues to cast dark shadow over Kaduna State as gunmen abduct a retired priest, Reverend Father Philibus Bamai of Ekwa Church, demanding a 1 million naira ransom for his release. Reverend Bamai, who retired from service on the December 17 after clocking 65 years of retirement age, was abducted on Sunday at 12:50 a.m. at his home. According to a source, the cleric was carried away while his wife was severely beaten with a stick and left with a cut on her head and bruises on her back. The source said that the kidnappers first demanded 5 million naira for his release, adding that as of Monday, they reduced the ransom to 1 million naira. So far, about 300,000 naira have been mobilized as the community calls on security agencies to beef up security in the area to protect lives and properties. Meanwhile, Vice President Kashim Shettima on Wednesday visited displaced victims of the Christmas Eve attack in Bokos local government area of the state. The Vice President, who is on an on-the-spot assessment of the communities that were attacked in Bokos and Borkiladi local government areas, was received at the airport by the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribado, alongside the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, Governor Caleb Mutfwang, former Governors Simon Lalong and Joshua Dare. Displaced persons had already converged on the mini stadium in the Bokos local government area, awaiting the VP's visit. Mostly women and children. The displaced persons recounted how they were attacked by gunmen who set their houses ablaze and killed over 100 of their loved ones in coordinated attacks on Christmas Eve. The victims were seen with placards with inscriptions such as "Our human rights must be protected," amongst others. The Northern Governors Forum, led by Governor Inuwa Yahaya of Gombe State, has strongly condemned the recent attacks on Plateau State communities, which have resulted in the tragic loss of over 100 lives. Describing the assault as reprehensible and disheartening, the forum calls for swift action to bring the attackers and their masterminds to justice. The Northern Governors commend Governor Caleb Mutfwang of Plateau State for providing the needed leadership in the aftermath of the attacks. While expressing gratitude for the timely response of security operatives, Governor Inua Yahaya emphasizes the importance of swiftly addressing the root causes to prevent future occurrences. Plateau, known for its ethnic and religious diversity, has since been plagued by intercommunal conflicts, and the northern governors highlight the need for concerted efforts to promote peace and harmony in the region. In a related development, the Christian Association of Nigeria strongly condemns the Christmas Eve attacks on Plateau communities, describing them as heinous crimes that pose a threat to the nation's harmony and shared values. The president of CAN, Archbishop Daniel Oko, issues a signed statement expressing solidarity with the victims during this time of grief. While commending the Joint Police and Military Task Force for their efforts, Archbishop Oko stresses the importance of proactive security measures to prevent future occurrences. CAN appeals for peace and unity among the indigents of Plateau State, emphasizing the need for support to the affected communities with relief materials. The assault on these communities is a stark reminder of the challenges posed by intercommunal conflicts and can calls on security agencies to intensify efforts in maintaining law and order. Also, 4 individuals sustained injuries on Wednesday when a fire broke out at the Fat Noble Filling Station, an independent oil marketing firm located along Old Road opposite Toriko, Badagry, Lagos. The incident, reported by the News Agency of Nigeria, unfolded as attendants were dispensing petrol inside jerry cans behind the station at approximately 1 a.m., leading to a sudden explosion. A source disclosed that the injured individuals were taken to the General Hospital in Badagry before the arrival of the fire service personnel. Isaac Dosa, the station head at Badagry Fire Service, Lagos, noted that they received an emergency call at 1:15 a.m., responding promptly to the scene. Now, concerned relatives gathered at the hospital's entrance, anxiously awaiting update on their loved ones. The victims, brought to the hospital around 1:30 a.m., received a prompt attention from the doctor and nurses on duty, as stated by the medical director Olatunde Bakari. Bakari further mentioned that the injured are presently undergoing treatment at the hospital's emergency unit. Our core members participating in the compulsory one-year NYSC scheme in Osun State have called on the federal government and state government to overhaul some of the dilapidated facilities to enable them to effectively partake in the orientation course. Apart from the core members deployed to Osun State, the orientation camp in the state also caters for dislodged core members from Lagos State, a situation that puts more pressure on the already worn-out facilities. Hamid Oyegbade reports.
Built during the administration of former Governor Olagunsoye Oyinlola, the NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp in Ede, Osun State, has been used by thousands of core members deployed to Osun State and those dislodged from Lagos State. Though some of the facilities were repainted recently by the state government, however, the facilities are old and require total overhauling.
When I was there, it was actually not good. Most people were actually like bathing outside, using the toilet outside. They could not use the toilets because some of the doors were not good and also.
But the main facilities, the bedroom, the rooms and everything is very, very bad.
Like the bed and also the toilet seat. If government can also look into that.
There should be tap in our toilets, because some people now they might want to poop during midnight. So as a lady, we will be scared of going outside at night.
Compared to like some of the other camps that my friends went to that I saw, they actually had like there was a bit of standard, so I could see that they had improved.
Section 6 of the NYSC decree places the responsibility to provide and maintain the orientation camp on the state government. The Commissioner for Youth in the state, Mashood Olagunjo, said the state government is committed to supporting NYSC and ensuring quality facilities at the NYSC orientation camp.
We are going back to it once we have finished the new building, because it's still under construction. Even with borehole, everything, we put it there already. So the old building is still going to be under the renovation once we have finished the new building. So that's our plan. By God's grace, by January, we will start rebuild the place.
Apart from the poor condition of the old facilities, core members said the NYSC orientation camp in Osun is very lively and commended the NYSC officials for their efforts so far. Amid Oyegbade, Trust TV News, Oshogbo.
Now, on a sad note, contrary to reports circulating that Governor Rotimi Akeredolu died of leukemia, the Ondo State government said that the late governor died of complications arising from protracted prostate cancer. The State Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Bamidele Ademola Olateju, in a statement said that 67-year-old Akeredolu died on Wednesday while receiving medical treatment in Germany. The commissioner said a letter has been sent to President Bola Tinubu to officially inform him of the development, adding that the deceased family and the state government will release further details regarding the funeral arrangements. Rotimi Akeredolu, known as Aketi, served as Ondo State Governor until his recent passing, concluding a distinguished career marked by legal expertise and political leadership. Educated at the prestigious institutions, including the University of Ife, he excelled in law, becoming a senior advocate of Nigeria in 1998. Akeredolu, a key figure in the APC, secured Ondo State governorship in 2020, later leading the Southwest governors. His victory in the 2020 election, adopting the title Arakunri, showcased his distinct approach. And despite health challenges, he secured re-election in October 2020, taking a second term in February 2021. Now, his legacy is defined by resilience and impact, leaving an indelible mark on Ondo State and Nigerian politics. Akeredolu's recent passing marks the end of a chapter in the nation's political landscape, mourning the loss of a beloved leader. Similarly, Nigeria mourns the passing of former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Gali Naaba, who has died in Abuja at the age of 65. A prominent figure in Nigerian politics, Naaba served as Speaker from 1999 to 2003, leaving an indelible mark on the nation's legislative history. His death follows a prolonged battle with illness, marking the end of an era in Nigerian politics. Born on September 27, 1958, Naaba played a pivotal role in shaping Nigeria's political landscape. His affiliation with the People's Democratic Party and representation of the Kano Municipal Federal Constituency during the April 1999 general elections are noteworthy chapters in his illustrious career. And the late Gali Naaba's funeral arrangements are set to adhere to Islamic rites as Nigerians pay tribute to a political icon. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up shortly. Culture has been identified as the panacea for rising moral decadence in society. Details and more after the break. Thanks for staying with us. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Here's a reminder of our top stories. Gunmen killed 12 in Sokoto village set for Ablaze. Condemnation across board over Plateau killings as Vice President visits. In other news, 3 persons were on Tuesday reportedly killed in annual Gunmen marathon race in Dekina local government area of Kogi State. The incident, it was gathered, happened around 7:30 a.m. when a member of the state vigilante group allegedly opened fire on a protesting crowd over a decision by the organizers of the tournament. Locals reported that in his attempt to quell the rioters' crowd, the said vigilante shot and killed 2 persons instantly, with their 3rd victim confirmed dead at the hospital where he was rushed to for treatment. Those killed include Benjamin Adaji, Rilwan Abbas Abdul, and Malam Mujaye Dansofo. Now, trouble was said to have started when the spectators protested against one of the runners who was declared winner in a tie that involved 3 persons in the 3rd position. The State Police Command is yet to issue a statement on the incident. In Uvi Delta State, residents are championing a call for young people to rekindle their ties with their cultural heritage, emphasizing its pivotal role in addressing prevalent social issues. Now, the community notes that challenges like mental health issues, addiction, and violence among the youth often stem from a disconnect with their cultural roots and traditions. Jonathan Awaye reports.
The residents lamented that many young people have lost touch with their culture and traditions, stressing that this has hurt their identity and sense of belonging. Others who spoke with Trust TV argued that some foreigners now believe in our tradition more than the original owners.
Especially the parents inspired that value of ensuring that our cultural heritage is sustained, so that the communities and our children will be able to pass back from generation to generation.
Today, all of us come together to showcase all our cultural heritage, to make us happy together, and we also do this thing once in a year, which is every Boxing Day.
This is something that is bringing unity between us. That is good that we follow the footsteps of our leaders, our elders.
It's not a culture, there's no family. So it's only we that will sell it to our children. So our children will sell it to their own children. So we are here to showcase to the whole world.
The elders, and let the elders teach them what has been on them. Because you know the youth of now, they are faster than what you think. Meanwhile, they are destroying so many things that are the cultures of the land. And those type of things, we don't want it to exist. We want the real culture to come back to our land. And that peaceful coexistence that has been here, we want that same thing here.
They also encourage parents and elders to pass on their knowledge and traditions to the next generation, urging the youth to seek out opportunities to learn about their culture. Further stressing that there is a need to keep the parts of culture that are valuable and meaningful, while also adapting and evolving to meet the needs of the present. Jonathan Awaye, Trust TV News, Asaba.
In business, the Central Bank of Nigeria has provided reassurance to depositors, emphasizing the safety of their funds in Nigerian banks and dispelling concerns raised by recent reports. In a statement released on Wednesday, the CBN's Acting Director of Corporate Communications, Hakama Sidi Ali, addressed assertions that the federal government intended to take control of certain CBN-supervised banks. These reports were purportedly linked to findings by the CBN Special Investigator, Jim Obazi, appointed in July 2023 by President Bola Tinubu. Obazi's report implicated former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele, alleging that the ex-bank chief utilized proxies to establish 2 financial institutions, sparking speculations about the possible takeover of these banks by the Apex Bank. The CBN categorically refuted such claims, emphasizing the stability and soundness of Nigerian banks. The statement clarified that Nigerian banks remain safe and sound, while urging the public to continue their routine banking activities without undue alarm. In the meantime, the Special Investigation Panel on the Central Bank of Nigeria has summoned the chairman of Titan Trust Bank, Babatunde Lemo, over the acquisition of Union Bank of Nigeria. Lemo, a former CBN deputy governor, was summoned alongside two other purported shareholders, Cornelius Vink and Rahul Savara. The letter, addressed to Lemo by the head of the investigation team, Jim Obazi, said that the invited persons must present themselves on Thursday, December 28, 2023, to the Department of Force Intelligence without fail or excuse. The letter was signed by the head of operations in the Office of the Special Investigator, DCP Eloho Okpoziakpo, and dated December 24, 2023. They were asked to come along with all documents to prove their shares in the bank. The letter further read that if the invited parties refuse to attend the meeting and defend the requested documents, it will be construed that they have decided to forfeit their purported shareholdings in TTB and Union Bank of Nigeria. Away from Nigeria, Congo police fired tear gas on Wednesday to disperse a protest by opposition supporters in the capital, Kinshasa, calling for a rerun of last week's chaotic presidential and legislative elections. The disputed vote threatens to further destabilize Congo, which is already grappling with a security crisis in the east that has hampered development in the world's top producer of cobalt and other industrial minerals and metals. 5 of President Felix Tshisekedi's challengers in the race called on their supporters to join a march on Wednesday against the poll, which they say was fraudulent and should be annulled. They vowed to proceed even after the government banned the protest on Tuesday, saying that it was intended to undermine the work of the National Election Commission as it compiles results for now show that Tshisekedi with a strong lead. Now, police surrounded the headquarters of one of the incumbent's main challengers, Martin Fayulu, where protesters were meant to gather to commence the protest. Government spokesman Patrick Muyaya said that the demonstration was banned, adding that police were taking necessary security measures. And now in sports news, El Nuevo Mirandilla and La Captuja will be the venues for Spain's matches in the semi-final of the maiden UEFA Women's Nations League in February 2024. The finalists will qualify for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Now, Montse Thomas' team had an excellent group stage, beating Sweden, Italy and Switzerland, earning the right to participate in the semi-final. The semi-final of the Spanish national team against the Netherlands will take place on Friday, February 23rd at the Nuevo Mirandilla Stadium in Cadiz. Now, the final and the third place match of the tournament will be held at the La Cartuja Stadium in Sevilla on Wednesday, February 28th. Although if France, the host nation, reaches the final stage after a semi-finals clash with Germany, the winner of the third and fourth place will also get a ticket to compete in the French capital. And that's a wrap on the news update. You can watch more via all our social media platforms and also on our YouTube live stream. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thanks for watching.